up, Warrior Boys? Back with another banger reaction. And today we have something special that you guys have sent to me. I have never seen this guy before. His name is Nine. Is that how you say his name? I don't know if that's what the new kids are spelling Nine as. I don't know, man. I'm not no Gen Alpha, so I don't know. Anyway, Zins be like, woo! I don't know if kids are supposed to be watching this, but let's check it out. Says it's for educational purposes.
When vapes were first invented, they were overpowered. I mean, it's like 50 cigarettes in a small little gadget that doesn't produce any smell or need a lighter. Vapes were perfectly discreet so that 15-year-olds could lock down in the bathroom and chief up some nick before 10th grade English.
Woo, I can tell he's definitely a white boy by the way he speaks. All right, number two, he's definitely right about that. When vapes came out, they were flavored and they were advertised for young kids to do it. Because, you know, when I grew up, cigarettes were like the number one thing that was catered to young teenagers, that they thought it was cool when they saw older people do it. I was one of them, so I understand. And then when people started realizing the consequences of smoking cigarettes, the companies got smart and they headed towards advertising vapes. And it looked safe in the beginning. We didn't think it was real nicotine in it, but apparently there is nicotine in it.
English class. But the age of the vaping bathroom kids is over because Zins do everything vapes do, but better. Now there's these little pouches you pop in your mouth, and over the period of 30 minutes gives you the effect of nicotine. Do you realize how overpowered that is? You're gonna be walking into class and hear 30 people all simultaneously smacking their lips with a Zin in their mouth. Because now you can just pop in a Zin and go completely.
There's no way kids are doing this in school, right? Help me understand, guys. I don't know how old this guy is, 9. There's no way you're taking Zins in school right now. Oh my goodness. Yo, this generation. Woo! We talk about getting cooked. Come on,
incognito. I don't know how schools could catch this unless they check the insides of everyone's mouths. Nothing is stopping vape kids from pulling an upper decker in the classroom. An upper decker, like when you put the Zin under your top lip, not like when you poo in the top part of the toilet. That's different. There's actually a little versatility when it comes to Zin use. Along with the upper decker, you could also pull a lower decker if you're feeling a little bit crazy. But if you're feeling like throwing up from an overwhelming amount of nicotine, you could put it directly on your tongue. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know this at the time when I tried my first Zin. It was an extremely dark night, probably one of the darkest nights ever. One of my friends had just acquired a new nicotine addiction, and as we link up, he introduces me to the Zins for the first time. He's smacking on these things like...
what did I just say? That was this too?
So my eyes shift over to observe the activity, and his bloodshot eyes immediately lock in with mine. I asked him, bro, what are you munching on all like that, little bro? And like all people addicted to nicotine, he immediately offered one to me like, yeah, bro, it's a Zin. It's actually way healthier than a cigarette. It's like no tobacco. It's just nicotine, and it's not that bad for you. The only two things that I know are make YouTube shorts and eat peanut butter. So of course I believed him. But as it turns out, he was very incorrect. I was just easily fooled by his charm, but Zins are in fact not great for you. So
I understand. As a teenager or someone who's younger, peer pressure is one thing that affects kids. If your friends think it's cool, so you actually end up taking drugs, or you might end up smoking, whatever it is that you're doing because you think the other kids will accept you into their group. So kids, stay away from those drugs, man. I've been there before when you feel the peer pressure, so you can be cool, but like my man failed right here.
Start chewing on the damn thing like a damn dog, making all the rookie mistakes. You see, when you put the Zin pouch in your mouth, it's got nicotine in it. As the nicotine comes out the pouch, it infuses with your saliva, as so when swallowed makes a lot of nicotine go into your body at once. And I had also applied it directly to my tongue, which isn't advised either. But at first, I felt pretty fine. I didn't think anything was wrong, so I just went along with my method. It actually took a while for the poison to catch up to me. It wasn't until I got back to my home that I started to feel extremely depressed, and I knew that something was wrong. So I spit that thing in the trash, lay in my bed, and writhe.
Wait a minute, hold up. So you had it in your mouth the whole way from wherever you were to your house? How long do you keep the Zin patch in your mouth?
In pain while rubbing my feet together under my blanket. In the course of an hour, this Zin had put me into critical condition. So I start looking up information about Zins to find out I had done my shit all wrong. But also while looking up stuff about Zins, I found out that the Zin community is insufferable. Just look up Zin on TikTok and read.
There's a Zen community? Oh my goodness, what is going on out here?
In any comment section, you will find the most annoying people on the planet coping with their addictions. I don't know why nicotine addicts can't just admit that they're addicted. The annoyance I had with these Zyn heads completely overpowered the pain. This shit turned me into a bona fide Zyn hater. Eventually, after about an hour on life support, I made it through the terrible pain of the nicotine sickness and I went to bed. But when I awoke the next day, I went right to my phone and ordered more Zyns to my house. You'd think I'd learn from my mistake.
This is sounding like you're becoming an addict there, bro. All right, it's like drinking. You get a hangover, you wake up the next day saying, oh, I'm never doing this ever again. Find yourself doing it all over again.
But the upper decker was just too sweet. I needed it again, bro. And this officially began day one of my Zyn experience. So the shits arrived at my house and I used medical grade precautions as to avoid what went down last night at all costs. I carefully inserted my upper decky and had an oversized cup to spit all my nicotine saliva into. And after taking the correct precautions, this Zyn started to hit correctly. I started to feel the color come back to my life. The way I felt inside is only comparable to that video of all the 3D animated dancing chimps. Joe Rogan was right. It truly is a surge throughout the entire central nervous system. I'm sitting there getting the whole Gen Alpha experience, spitting into my big cup, watching funny TikToks off the
Yo, that sounds nasty, first of all. Ugh, can you imagine you spitting in the cup? That cup gotta look disgusting. Have you seen them old white people that used to chew tobacco? You just had their mouth on. You just spitting all day. You can smell them from a mile away.
Nicotine buzz. The feeling probably lasted around 30 minutes until I threw away the Zyn pouch and went on with my day. Later that night, I decided to pop another Zyn while playing Fortnite. And it still hit me, but not quite like the last one, and that's something important to know. In day 2 of the Zyn experience, I can't even lie, I start munching on the 3 milligram wintergreen Zyn the second I wake up. That first Zyn high of the day feels amazing. It's like I'm naked on top of Mount Everest with a cool breeze brushing past my body. But this day, I got a little bit more feral with it. I was popping the Zyns just about every other hour, but with each passing Zyn, I felt the effects weaker and weaker, which made me come to a realization about the Zyn.
That's the thing about drugs. Yes, it's a bit quick shock, quick high the first time you take it, but after that, your body gets adjusted to it. That means you have to keep taking more, and that's how you become an addict.
In metagame. After doing the same method for day 3, I realized that I was only really getting those good effects from my first Zyn of the day. Every following Zyn in the day paled in comparison to the first Zyn. And now I can use this knowledge to educate you all on the most important aspect of the Zyn. You have to view the Zyns almost like your ultimate attack with a 24-hour recharge until you can use it again. Which, to be honest, probably helped me not get an addiction. But as soon as I
I don't think that's educating the kids. Education should be kids do not take these. All right, not take one.
started to respect the power of the Zyn, a whole new level of Zinning opened up to me. I started popping the first Zyn of the day when I went to the gym, and the high was unlike anything humans were meant to experience. Pop the Zyn before you beat your meat. Pop the Zyn before Fortnite. Pop the Zyn before you go to the dentist. It just makes everything better. You gotta trust me on this one. I used this method to go through the rest of my Zyns over the course of the next few days, and once I was out of them, I was ready to never do them again and start scripting this video. But then before I knew it, a really dark day befell me. Probably one of the darkest in my entire life. A few days later, I'm at what you could call a little kickback, if you will. We got some familiar faces here, but namely, there was the individual who initially put me onto the Zyn. This dude's already zinned up out of his mind because he's addicted to them, and I can't lie, I help myself to one as well. I take my hand, wiggle my fingers around and say, don't mind if I do, and I take a Zyn. Now, me and this other guy are zinned up with double upper deckies, which naturally makes the other people at this so-called kickback go, Now, what perchance is that in both of your mouths? Oh, bro, it's so good, bro. It's like nicotine without tobacco. It's not even that bad for you, bro. And in that moment, I realized I had became the evil I sought out to destroy. Somehow the Zins had snuck themselves into my life and slowly turned me into a Zin person day by day. I thought I was better than this, but the Zins had bested me. So I immediately burst into tears, ran away from the kickback, and sat under a tree like that really opium image of the wolf with the wise look in his eyes. I probably look just as cool as he does in that image, to be honest. I said to myself, damn these Zins! Damn them all to hell! And I swore to never pull a sick upper decky again for the rest of my life from that moment forward. This was probably for the best because except for lifelong nicotine addiction, I was afraid of them corroding my gums and turning me into a British person. You never know, this might just be a psyop from the United Kingdom to bring down our beautiful American teeth standards to their level. I wouldn't put it past the CEO of Zins, Lard Dargan, to be plotting something like that. He looks like he would plot evil schemes. In the end, I gotta say, Zins are just another common L for nicotine. Okay, bye.
Okay. That was actually a lot different than I thought it was. I could say he definitely is catering to little kids. First of all, the music. I can tell that. The art style, of course. But let's need a moral at the end of that. Let's teach the kids. Let's not take the Zin. All right, kids?